Part. Kris Jenner is being accused of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and
Kim Kardashian and her kin wind up entrapped in a troubling circumstance, with Kris Jenner facing a critical lawful misfortune that takes steps to disturb the family's apparently unassailable status. Regardless of having been in the public eye for quite a long time, the Kardashian-Jenner faction is right now wrestling with a progression of difficulties, and Kris Jenner, the matron of the family, is the most recent to be impacted. Her new legitimate loss in a claim recorded by her previous protector, Imprint McWilliams, has left her profoundly concerned and the whole family under the spotlight. For the people who may not be know about the points of interest of the case, Imprint McWilliams has made a scope of charges against Kris Jenner, including cases of improper way of behaving and wrongdoing. Notwithstanding, ongoing advancements for the situation have veered off in a strange direction, with McWilliams documenting papers in the Better Court of Val region that excuse the case with bias. This legitimate move actually keeps him from taking the case back to court. What makes this excusal critical is that it unequivocally recommends an arrangement was arrived at between the two players, accordingly stopping the extended fight in court. Basically, it infers that Kris Jenner might have needed to make a significant monetary repayment to cause the claim to vanish from the public eye. To comprehend the effect of this excusal, one should see the value in the long and hostile nature of the legitimate question. The claim had extended north of 3 years and conveyed impressive monetary weight, with an expected worth of $3 million. It's profoundly improbable that Imprint McWilliams would have just deserted such a critical total without getting something significant consequently. While the specific monetary subtleties of the repayment stay undisclosed, it is clear that Kris Jenner's monetary standing has been essentially impacted, as would be normal in such a high-stakes fight in court. Many fans and eyewitnesses have conjectured that an understanding was to be sure arrived at between the gatherings in question, bringing about Kris Jenner making a significant installment to stamp McWilliams to determine the matter. The inquiry that normally emerges is the sum Kris Jenner paid to basically make what was reasonable, maybe even without a doubt, reality vanish from the public space. A few insiders have alluded to it as a result, given the possibly harming nature of the case and its suggestions for Kris' painstakingly developed public picture. The actual claim raised serious charges against Kris Jenner and her family, including her little girl, Kim Kardashian. It blamed them for establishing a threatening workplace and disregarding California work codes. Mark McWilliams professed to have been exposed to coy advances, unseemly remarks, and different types of wrongdoing by Kris Jenner. These supposed occurrences date back to around May 2017 and portray the workplace inside the Kardashian-Jenner circle. Inside the claim, Kris Jenner confronted allegations of an example of unfortunate behavior that elaborate non-consensual actual contact of an improper nature with Imprint McWilliams. He affirmed that he had announced these occurrences to his bosses at the security offices that utilized him, yet they had neglected to make any move to forestall Kris' supposed offense towards him. Most of McWilliams' grievances in the claim revolved around infringement of state work regulations, including cases of counter and compensation robbery, coming about because of his reassignment from watching Kris to Kourtney Kardashian. Notwithstanding these serious claims, Kris Jenner rushed to answer, giving a proclamation fervently denying any improper way of behaving towards Imprint McWilliams. She completely marked McWilliams' cases as ludicrous and obviously manufactured, declaring that they opposed effectively unquestionable realities. As per the assertion, the security organization had eliminated McWilliams from his task because of rehashed occasions of him being tracked down snoozing in his vehicle while working, raising questions about the timing and genuineness of his claims. It was underscored that McWilliams had never stopped any objections about Kris Jenner's direct with his managers until a year after the fact after the charges surfaced. Notwithstanding, Imprint McWilliams, through his legal advisor Sean Nowak, discredited the thought that his claim was retaliatory in nature. Nowak thought that the litigants had effectively spread deceiving data to ruin McWilliams in the court of popular assessment. McWilliams' lawyer has of late expressed that Kris Jenner started offering remarks of a coy and obviously intriguing nature. In one example, she put her right hand within upper left thigh and crotch area of McWilliams in a way that he saw as obviously hostile and unseemly. McWilliams was shocked and outraged by this excluded and clearly coquettish contact by Jenner, and he promptly endeavored to move away from her advances. The complex fight in court kept on unfurling, with the two still up in the air to introduce their sides of the story. McWilliams and his legitimate group communicated their status to address these issues in court, driving numerous to expect an extended and exceptionally plugged fight in court. Notwithstanding the new choice by Imprint McWilliams to excuse the case, probably in return for a monetary repayment, has brought up issues about the degree of force and impact that the Kardashian-Jenner family once employed. This improvement prompts a more extensive investigation into whether the Kardashians are genuinely losing their solid grasp on their superstar status. It's captivating to consider how quickly the elements of their VIP world have advanced. The declining impact of the Kardashians becomes evident while analyzing the result of the claim against Kris Jenner. It proposes that their impact is decreasing, and individuals are turning out to be less reluctant to lawfully challenge them. This change in elements likewise demonstrates that the Kardashians are losing their once unassailable situation in media outlets. To genuinely get a handle on the downfall of the Kardashian-Jenner realm, we should initially perceive the gigantic power and impact they once held. It merits reviewing the scandalous case, including Reggie, a person who purportedly battled to track down a skilled lawyer in Hollywood, able to address him in a fight in court against Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. This discussion filled in as a distinct illustration of what many alluded to as the Kardashian impact, a peculiarity that recommended the family's impact had made it very trying for anybody to legitimately face them. Their imposing standing and capacity to influence public discernment were in many cases seen as difficult hindrances for the people who thought for even a moment to go against them. Notwithstanding, the new result of Imprint McWilliams' claim against Kris Jenner seems to flag a critical change in the power dynamic, showing that their once unassailable status is quickly winding down. This claim is definitely not a confined episode. One could review the Kimoji contention, where the Kardashian family confronted allegations of appropriating another person's thought. The contention encompassing it arrived at such levels that it nearly drew the consideration of the FBI. During this period, numerous people approached, sharing their records of what the Kardashians had adversely meant for them in different ways. It is clear that the Kardashians are presently not the almighty, distant figures they used to be. This shift is prominent, especially considering charges that they have advanced unreasonable excellence guidelines and propagated a culture of realism. Nonetheless, the fight in court with Imprint McWilliams isn't the main test the family has lived lately. They have been under expanding investigation for their way of behaving, way of life decisions, and the effect of their impact on society. Kim Kardashian, specifically, as of late confronted analysis for her new Excellence line and Skims shapewear. Also, Pillie's style line, Kai, has been entangled in debates. Maybe they have turned into an image of all that is seen as risky inside big-name culture. Despite where one stands on the Kardashians, obviously they are at this point not so strong as they once showed up. With claims, outrages, and public kickback, The Kardashian-Jenner family is by all accounts one bit nearer to a downfall from their grand roost on the VIP pecking order. This makes one wonder, might they at any point recover their previous brilliance? Or is this the start of the end for the family that once overwhelmed features and molded mainstream society for a really long time? What's to come stays dubious, and just time will uncover whether the Kardashians can adjust to the changing scene of notoriety. Or on the other hand, in the event that their period is genuinely attracting to a nearby. All in all, the Kardashians, once inseparable from unmatched notoriety and impact, are confronting a critical second in their professions and public discernment. The new fight in court, including Kris Jenner and her previous guardian, Imprint McWilliams, features a change in the power elements that had long preferred the family. As they wrestle with legitimate difficulties and debates, it is obvious that the Kardashian-Jenner domain is as of now not as impenetrable to analysis and resistance as it once appeared. Whether they can explore this,